Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is Madden 17 on EA Sports.
In today's game, we have a matchup of two AFC North rivals who are two of the top playmakers in the NFL. It's Antonio Brown versus A.J. Green.
Now let's get you up to Paul Brown Stadium. Here's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you very much, Larry. We are here on a beautiful afternoon for football. Today, it's an AFC North matchup between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cincinnati Bengals. They send Green to the left on his own. Passing, it's Dalton. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Lawrence Timmons. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
Brandon, when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach and talked about how they wanted to begin this game offensively, they talked about their script, didn't they? 10 to 15 plays, the first 10 to 15 they had on their script. Nowhere on the script was there throwing an interception, I have to believe.
And they'll start this drive with very good field position. Here's the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
On 2nd down, Roethlisberger. Got a man, it's Brown. And he'll go down at the 28. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. And connection number 1 there on the game, Roethlisberger to Boney Tony. Antonio Brown, that's what his high school teammates used to call him.
I wonder what they would call him now.
More muscular, more successful Boney Tony Brown, right?
I'd say you're probably right. It may be all of that. They'll still call him Boney Tony, but Ben Roethlisberger calls it my #1 target.
And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
On 2nd down, here's Roethlisberger. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on 3rd. Now it's Roethlisberger. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback, right in the face of him, puts him down.
And Boswell has this one going left, no good. He missed it left, and this will remain a scoreless game. That opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
They'll run for the first time with Hill. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. A gain of 3, 2nd down. And if this offense is going to flow today, certainly the running back will be a key piece.
Without a doubt, because they asked their runner to not just do that, but to block, to catch, to help set a tone for their offense.
2nd down, Dalton. And this will be incomplete. And the starting defensive unit here for Pittsburgh.
Stephon Tuitt's ability to play defensive end and yet rise up and knock passes away when quarterbacks try to throw them, he makes it hard to get around.
3rd down here for the offense after the incomplete pass. 3rd down, a shot here for Dalton. And that is incomplete.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he sensed being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they were in field goal range the last time out, but couldn't connect.
And it's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. And the offense behind the chains here a touch on 2nd and 11. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Now bad hit, and he lost the football. It's loose.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now Ben on 3rd and long. Man open left side is Brown. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion.
And one of the underrated aspects of Ben Roethlisberger's game is his ability to actually throw the football. We hear so much about his movement and escaping the pocket. Ben can step back there and fling it, and Antonio Brown is usually there. And it's been really, really fun to watch.
Following that long gain. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Throwing now, Roethlisberger on 1st down. It's complete to Brown, right side. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height, sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
Back with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Steeler football to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. They'll throw on 1st down with Roethlisberger. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Second down following the incompletion. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Now Roethlisberger to throw. And Bryant's got it over the middle. And he's brought down, but not before reaching the 8-yard line. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
Again, it's Roethlisberger. And he fires one incomplete. Trying to get it there to Martavis Bryant. 3rd down here.
And missed opportunity for an interception would have killed off a drive. He had a chance there to finish things off. Didn't get it done. I guess that's why a lot of those guys did not play offense.
And this is caught. It's Bryant, and it's a Steeler touchdown. Martavis Bryant, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Steelers are able to strike for 6. And he knocks it through. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And with a new rule, that decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he only gets to the 20. The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone. The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
On second down, Hill. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
There's another example of why they haven't scored any points so far. I think it's time to abandon the run game, spread things out, and go to the air. It certainly can't be any worse than what they've done so far.
Andy Dalton. He's got his man here. It's Green. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. So we have now seen connection number 1 between Dalton and Adriel Jeremiah, A.J. Green.
Say that again?
Adriel Jeremiah.
Look at you. You are full of knowledge and information. And you know something? I bet Andy Dalton learned his full name as well because he figured out quickly, this is going to be my number 1 target. I got to know this guy in a big way. You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
They run it again with Hill. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
And now to the air, Dalton. And his throw here's incomplete.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or 2 in and bats it away.
Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. They send Green to the left on his own. And Dalton to throw. 1:58 to go in this first half of play. We'll come back to Cincinnati after this. Here's Kevin Huber now. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. With it is Brown. Call it an even 40-yard punt, 7 though on the return. And the Steelers are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Now Roethlisberger. Bryant with a catch right side. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. 1st down and 10 now for the offensive group. Now Roethlisberger on 1st down. And it's complete to Ladarius Green. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do.
Now Ben hit, and he lost the football. It's loose. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. The Bengals getting set to go. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Give them 11 on the game there, and it's good enough for a Cincinnati first down. And now they're in the hurry-up. They go play action here on first down. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And Pittsburgh, you got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. 9 yards still remaining here to pick up the first on 2nd down. Again, it's Bell. And some room to roam now. And they'll get him down up past the 15. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than...
It's caught inside the 25. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Antonio Brown, 82 yards. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. And this is no good. Missed the PA as well now to kick it away after the touchdown. On the return, it's Alex Erickson. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
Dalton now to pass. Boyd's the target, and he has it over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.